Okay, here we've got a question that is from an exam paper from 2018, and in that exam paper there were several questions like this. These are trace table questions where you're given some code and you're asked to show what is in the value of the variable. I've got two variables here. As I run through the program, what is stored in these values here, what is stored in this table, and this one's worth 3 marks. So what I've done is just cut it out there just for ease of use, and I just stuck it on the side there. There's only 2 columns to this table, there's no more to it, it's just that's all there is to it. So it's authenticating username and password combination. Array indexing starts at 0. That's a fairly new thing with AQ8. It used to start at 1, but in line with other examples now, it usually starts at 0, which is a good thing. So what I've got is, I've got my subroutine there. This is the interface. I've explained that in previous videos. I've got the name of the subroutine there. It's called authenticate, and these are the parameters that are passed into the subroutine, user and pass. And I'm given here the arguments, the actual values that have been passed into there, Alice and Wolf 2006. So in line 2, I've got my values there, my list, 3 elements to these arrays, and I can start here because I'm not asked to record anything about that. I can start here, z equals 0. So that's the first thing I write, z equals 0. Now, line 5, correct equals false. So write that down there. Fill that in. While z is less than 3, yes it is. If user equals USZ, then, so my user, which I'm passed in, is Alice, equals USZ. So US is the array here, Z is 0. So if Alice is equal to Dave, clearly they're different names. Alice is not Dave, or maybe perhaps on weekends, but that's a different story. That's not for the exam question here. So Alice is not Dave, so I can ignore that and go straight to this increment here, z equals z plus 1. So start a new line, add 1 to it there. Okay, while z is less than 3, yes it is. If user equals USZ, user was Alice, equals USZ, z is now 1, so it's now Alice, yes, that's correct. Then, nested if pass equals PSZ, so PSZ, z is 1, with 2006, yes, then correct equals true, so I can write true there. Okay, and if still not finished because z is less than 3, okay, if user USZ, okay, correct equals true. Sorry, I missed that off. Z equals z plus 1. I should have put that on there. That goes to 2 now. My mistake there, apologies. Let's go back to the while loop. Z is less than 3, yes, it's only 2 at the moment. If user USZ, okay, that's now 2 equals, sorry, user equals USZ, that's now 2 there. They don't because it's Alice, so I ignore that. Z equals z plus 1, that's now 3. While z is less than 3, this loop can now stop and go to end while and return correct. So that would return true, and that would be the end of my trace table there. That is it filled in. Now there's a few more parts to that question, which I might go through some other time, I think. Let's just talk through another question. A programmer implements a subroutine shown in figure 3. He replaces line 9, so this line here, with return true. He also replaces line 14 with return false. Explain how programmers made the subroutine more efficient. So he's replaced this line with a return there. That's the main thing I'm looking at. I'm not worried about return false there. I'm looking at that return true. I'll write that under there. It should be 1 line. Right, why is that more efficient? An immediate return, so you don't have to keep iterating. I had to go to 2 then 3, but I'd already got my correct equals true, but I still had to keep checking it. That's not very efficient. And So I can make my return as soon as the match was made. So that would be the answer there for 2 marks to improve. This is how you improve this algorithm, by this return here, replacing that line, return equals true. So as soon as you found your username and password, you return true and you stop the iteration.